So we did some last minute cleaning and tidying up the engine before it goes in. Matt is getting everything ready and prepping to put the engine back in the Yukon.
All right, let's get this thing picked up by the hoist and get the flywheel on it. If you guys ever take a flywheel off one of these LS's, make sure you put thread sealant on the bolts. I've seen it where the holes are drilled a little bit too deep in this back here, in these bolts, and they'll seep oil out, and that's no fun. I've seen it happen new from the factory when I was working at the dealership. That'll work. And then the other thing I like to do before I put them in is there's a small hole on this flex plate. It's right here. You can kind of see how this one's round, this one's round, this one's a little more oval shaped. So if you start by putting this torque converter bolt in first, then you can just run it in tight and then go all the way around. Otherwise you'll have to put them all in, you know, leave them loose and then tighten them up from there because they can get off centered. So that'll help you out. Okay, that should work. Get this thing in there. Okay. 990 degrees. Do. there we are. We're on the, you can see right here, we got it on the mounts on the frame, but it's not engaged completely into the transmission, but that's no big deal. So I just set them down right here, and then I put the truck up in the air, and I make the adjustments from underneath. Seems to work pretty well. So let's give that a try. Big persuader here, and get everybody kind of lined back up. That dowel pin's in. We're just gonna get this guy. Wants to come up some. I'm gonna grab a post jack. There it goes. Sound of victory. Ah, yes. Excellent. So you can see it just fell together. It's a Chevy and they're awesome. Torque converter still spins, so that means we have it in all the way. Nothing's gonna bind. And now we can put a couple bell housing bolts in. The 2 non-studs go in the bottom. There's a black one and just like a natural finish bolt. The black one goes on the right side by the trans cooler lines. I don't know why they're different, but they are. Got that started in there. Get a couple more. Double check our torque converter. It still seems to be good. Turns just fine. So that's good. Just got to finish tightening these bolts up and get the engine mounts done. It never does. We got new torque converter bolts. Get some blue Loctite on there so they don't back out and cause all kinds of problems. Okay. Now we got to rotate the engine. Alright, that's all the torque converter bolts. Now we'll put the starter shield on. A 10mm in there for the shield. Now we have the transmission cooler line harness or bracket. We got to get this front harness So that's good. We got the crank sensor in, all plugged in, starter all connected, the knock sensor. We got the transmission cooler line harness, or transmission cooler line bracket, and the harness secured. The harness where it runs along the front of the oil pan secured. This side we got some grounds we got to connect, and we have a knock sensor we have to plug in. But we can get that from the top. So pretty much everything under here is pretty well buttoned up. Put this ram up there too, get that ready to go. As it flicks coolant in my eyes. Feels nice. All right, let's lower it down and get those things plugged in and get the motor mounts tightened to the frame.